Welcome to Design Diary, the podcast where you get to look inside my board game design notebook as well as what's going on inside my head. We look at a new word each day from the sense of mechanics, tone, theme, or inspiration for a full game. Today's word is contrite, feeling or showing sorrow and remorse for a sin or shortcoming. So what's really funny about this, and I should share it, is that I hit record with the intro. So I usually record this listening to the intro so I can get my timing right for the word, saying the word, even though I can just say it and edit it in, which is what I do on the weekend episodes. But I like to kind of get in that tone and everything. But I always hit record, then pull up the app that has these words of the day that I choose from, and have to sit here and sort through it to get to it. And it's like a race to the time that the word's going to actually, or so it's time to say the word. So I race to do it when I could just hit pause, get it ready, and hit record. But I like to make things difficult, I guess. Anyway, today's word is contrite. Feeling or showing sorrow and remorse for a sin or shortcoming. And then I can't read my writing. Oh, rubbed someone the wrong way. And then trite is a cousin word that was actually in the definition, in the long definition. So I wrote show sorrow, and then a sin or shortcoming. I kind of just write these lines sometimes to see if they hit. So then I think of this as actions that are considered good or bad. So in a game that has sort of a moral meter in the middle somewhere. Bad actions are instantly better, but they come with a downside. So I can do something great right now, but it's going to hurt me later. And good actions are slow, but they build towards a healthy long-term goal. I kind of think about this like, with like buying things for my kid because they're, insisting on it. If I buy it now, it's instantly better, but there is a downside, is that this never ends. Or I can go the slow route and, trudge through it. Let them cry, but eventually build towards a healthy long-term goal. Going back to this as a game side, I was thinking it's not necessarily rooted in good or evil. So the showing of sorrow can help with a scale of sorrow, for example. As you go down the scale, you must give rewards to the community. So if I do something bad or evil or whatever it is, I need to help the community out in return for my bad deeds. And you must give back to the community for evil actions. So, for example, you could give to the church, giving them time or money, or both. And when you give to the church, it grows. The church grows. The community grows. It's good for everybody. Might not be you specifically in whatever this game is. We've got a growing church. And part of it's as a result of me doing bad things and having to give them some money and some time. This definitely took a religious approach. But thinking about it as a game, let's go with a specific sin to dictate the contrite scale. And I went through like the 7 deadly sins, and I settled on the 10 commandments and thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's goods, which is kind of a funny one for me because everybody's jealous of their neighbor, their new car, their addition to their house. And even I wrote in my case, which is how often my neighbors mow their lawn compared to me. There's a very clear line of where my lawn ends, and about 6 inches lower is where their lawn starts. But it could be a game about neighborhoods and, functioning well within society, where you're going to want to gather things that you want. So I put like almost like an Amazon wish list. So I want a new car, I want a new fence, and I want a nice, big, I don't know, Santa Claus for my lawn. It's great. Let's imagine it's Christmas time. So I put together my Amazon wish list of things that I want in society, and I make that known to everybody. But if somebody else in our neighborhood gets something on that list, my jealousy is going to grow. So I have some sort of meter that's showing my jealousy. Now, if I get something on my list, I am more prepared than if I got something that wasn't on my list. So I'm going to obtain items throughout the game, and if one of them was on my wish list, I'm prepared for it. I've made space for it, or I've done the prep work, or got people ready for it. So there's some sort of preparation points that this will cost less of because I was prepared and it was on my wish list. And I wrote, but if you do buy it, you get a nice instant bonus because it was on your wish list. So buying something on my wish list gives me, not only does it get me happy because I got something on my list, it gives me some sort of instant bonus. Okay, so my notes make no sense here, but now to get things that are not on your neighbor's possessions, you will get no... Okay, so if you get something that your neighbor doesn't possess, so for example, I wanted something, but I didn't put it on my wish list because I didn't want my neighbors to see it and get it first, and then I get it, there's no penalty, as there would be a penalty if I got something that my neighbor already had, going up my jealousy scale, for example. And then I can potentially offset their want list. So what happens is I might get something that's not on my want list, but it's on my neighbor's want list. Now it makes their life a little harder when they eventually get it. There can be a really cool back and forth where I have something on my list, and then you are going to get it, so it eventually makes me get a penalty if I get it. But then I have something that is not on your list, and just eventually makes it hard for you. I guess it's the kind of thing where you don't want things that your neighbors have, but you really don't want them if you wanted it first. I don't know. I do think there's something there, though. There's sloppy handwriting is there, but I think a scale of good versus evil or good versus bad is neat. Some sort of way to track jealousy is neat. And the timing of, I want to show everybody what I want, but I don't want you to get it, because if you get it, then I have a downside. And meanwhile, I want to get things that are either on your list or ones that aren't on your list, I guess, just to cause some trouble your way. So that's it. Contrite, our word of the day. And I think there's something there, so I'm going to try it. All right, see ya.